welcome ladies and gentlemen, Jedi and Sith to another video. Today I'm with Jesfre and we're going to be discussing whether or not the whales in the community are good for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for
Good. Thanks
asking.
for having me.
Thanks for joining. Okay, so what do you think? Like a lot of people consider because you spend, it's considered that you're supporting Capital Games and some of their lesser good deals. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. It's kind of a plus and a minus. There's when you think of the term whale, the first thing that comes to mind is an individual or a group of individuals that has way too much money to spend on one thing. And in this case, it's Galaxy of Heroes. And in response to that, Galaxy of Heroes being a game and a business that wants to make lots of money, they're most likely going to cater to those people. And I think there's healthy ways of doing so.
Oh, we lost you. Hold up.
Row.
Oh no, we lost you. Let me try. Okay, I think we got you back.
Cool.
Okay. So, you were talking about how they're going to cater to that. I think you're 100% right. Because, I mean, that's the game. This is a mobile game where Capital Games, not us in general, but Capital Games is going to cater that. They're going to be using microtransaction. That's kind of the name of a mobile game.
Yeah. So, and I think that as I think microtransactions, when done correctly, are totally fine, and it's not something that is necessarily a problem. For instance, when you go into shipments and you got to purchase, equipment with gems or get shards with gems, I don't necessarily see that as a problem. Where I do see where it gets a little interesting is in the packs. Is the you have at any type of marquee or special event going on, you can spend 2,500 gems and get a chance to receive anywhere from 5 to 330 shards, so the full 7-star character. And if you've ever gone and looked at those probabilities, wow.
Yeah, they're
They're a
low.
bit crazy. They're real low.
Like, especially for
And
330, you're like, it's
it,
practically nothing.
like 0.05%.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to justify, and knowing that, especially on a marquee event when there's a new character out, like the recent um oh my gosh,
Uh,
C3PO and
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Yeah. When that marquee hit out, I bet you there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people just smashing that gems button,
Oh,
trying
yeah.
you know, to reach the max, however many gems it took. And when how much do 2,500 gems go for on the store? When you do the in-app purchase, I don't even know because I don't do it.
Yeah,
uh,
it's
that's
true.
$20. It'd be $20 a pop.
Yep.
So if you're getting an average of 7 shards per transaction, and that's $20 to get all the way to 330. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's money.
So I was
Yeah,
watching Cub Fan Han's stream, and he got a 330 shard pretty much right out of the gate. But to get
nice.
but to get that character to Relic 7, it cost him like $300.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I watched Arnold's because it happened right after, just like the first brief bit, and he spent, I think, about 200 and didn't even 7-star the guy yet. So, like, he wasn't
Jeez.
even fully starred up, and I'm like, gosh, $300 isn't even enough to get a character to 7 Relic 7
Yeah.
unless you're absolutely lucky.
Woo. Yeah, and I think that that's where it gets a bit unhealthy. Just because there's so many people who just enjoy this game because it's Star Wars and it's fun, and but also like to compete a little bit and have some fun with it. Making a $300 cap on a new character to max it out, that is huge, especially if it's a meta changing character. That could be, you know, a travesty to somebody who doesn't pay to win.
Yeah, completely agreed. You had said earlier that you're wanting to go after Galactic Legends, and that's probably one of the biggest paywalls
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, just because there's so many other characters involved and having to, level them up to at least, what tier, gear 13, at least, and when you get into the Galactic Legends, you got to go to at least Relic 3, Relic 4. And that's, you're talking, what is it, 15 characters in
Yeah.
the prep?
Yep.
Yeah, that's so if we just determined that, Chewie and C3PO was, about, let's say, $300 to get all the way to Relic 7, times that by 15.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes. Well, and no, times it by 16, because you have to also include the Galactic
Yep.
Legends themselves. So, whoa.
If you were to spend money on that getting right out of the gate, that's
I mean, I would rather go buy a computer personally than that.
agreed. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
too big of a number.
So,
I
yeah,
mean,
and I think, yeah.
in like my opinion, and obvious, and apparently in yours as well, like that's a lot of money. Like, I mean, Cubs Van Han, Arnold, those YouTubers, they're getting paid to do this, but like regular people who are working a 9 to 5 job, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Or even kids, like,
Yeah.
because you can't tell me that the largest player base of mobile games is people who are adult age and working, especially right now with everybody staying home. Like, I have a hard time believing that. So, ultimately it's parents' money that's coming out of this, and it's like, whoa. How, at what point does it become a almost, I don't want to say predatory because that sounds really negative, but at what point does it become like
Wrong.
almost scandal
Yeah.
level? Yeah.
Especially like when you like with the shards, the character shards in those packs, you're
Yeah.
getting like 7 shards, and
Yep.
330 gems is what, like $15 or something. I'm not certain the entire price of that, but that's a lot of
Yeah.
money. That stacks up real fast.
Real fast. And I mean, I would much rather them take that randomizer away and institute some sort of option for, like, quote unquote renting a character for a certain amount of hour period. Um, I would much rather prefer that,
That
because
would,
then it's like, okay, well, if you want that character at that level, you're gonna have to pay gems for it. But at the same token, that also helps, people who may necessarily not have the ability or even the friends, where they can choose it and say, like, a chapter battle or whatnot, just get through that next level.
yeah,
They could, for maybe like 400 gems or something like that. I mean, you don't have to make it low, but just something that's fairly reasonable, and
yeah,
say, hey, I want, and have like this sliding scale where, like, oh, hey, what tier do you want? What gear level? And
yeah.
what basic mod, add that all up, and you're like, okay, you have this character for 12 hours. Have fun.
That
And let them go to town.
and I mean, like, I think one of the biggest things they don't like want to give us a sandbox mode is because then it'd be free. But like you were saying, if you pay like 400 gems or 300 gems or something to rent a character for a day, and then you have your own little sandbox mode, I
Yeah.
I would be fine with that. That would be very interesting to see if my characters could even compete with the Galactic Legend when,
Yeah.
well, honestly, they're probably not, but
Yeah. And I mean, I think that would be, it would allow people who wouldn't necessarily have the time or the effort, to whale, or even like, for me, like, sometimes doing the daily isn't, like, I can't do it. Like, there's just too much stuff going on. It allows those people to be like, oh, hey, I've always wanted to go for Darth Raven. I wonder how he is and how he would fit in my team. Oh, hey, I can spend a week or two and get 500 gems by doing the dailies. Okay, well, then I can rent a day, get him maxed out and see how he works.
yeah, and then also that also help with people who want to spend, because then you only use 400 gems and then find out, wow, this character completely upgrades my roster, maybe I'll spend a little bit more. And I think if they definitely set a shard, like you buy this pack, you're going to get 50 shards, and put it at like $50 or whatever they would want to set it at, that would be nice instead of it being random chance.
Or even like, I know that they have a limited pack, where you can spend $20 and get like 15 shards and then some gear. If they made one that was gem based, not dollar based, that was like 5 or 6 thousand gems, and put it at like 50 shards or something, something that's a lot more in tune with what you see on the store currently. I don't have a problem with that. Getting gems is not hard. It takes patience.
Agreed.
And where Capital Games really makes some money is on impatient people. But they also don't have a way for patient people to participate in the brand new things. Not, until months down the line.
Agreed. And do you think that's why they don't have that patient, why they don't have a way for patient people, is corresponding with maybe the fact that people do wail out on these characters?
Oh, totally. Yeah, because they're going to follow where the money goes. And if there's enough people doing it, why change?
True. Now, one counter to that I have seen, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I didn't necessarily like it, was that as free to play, when we log in, we also are showing support to the system that Capital Games has set up.
Yeah, so even with the last little bit of news and kind of what they're doing, it's a conundrum, because they've produced a game that it's nice. I mean, when you look at the comparison of other mobile games on the market, this one's actually not that bad. Let's be honest here. And plus, it's with a genre that there's only, at least on iOS, there's only one other game that is Star Wars related that's actually like not a complete train wreck. So they have exclusivity as well. So it's kind of hard not to support them at some level, but where they make most of their money is on the whale and on the people who are like, okay, I gotta have it right now.
Yep.
Not necessarily us people who freeload on it.
Yep. And I mean, I think, because like one of the things is we aren't giving them money when we log on, so they're not getting anything from us. But like I've thought of a way that they could, maybe they have an advertisement in game and it gives you 50 gems or 10 gems, and then you have like 5 videos you can watch and you get 50 gems for the day. Then they're getting money from free to play people, and then I could see maybe a little bit more of free to play contributing to that. But when only whales are whaling out on a character, like I only have 3-pack Chewbacca, whatever you want to call them. I only have them at 3 stars, and I haven't even geared them up. I just unlocked them. Like, it's not worth it.
Ads is one of the reasons why I like this game, because there isn't any. Well, I mean, there is, but I mean, it's, hey, go to level 85. Oh, I'm already here.
Yeah.
Awkward. But, it's like a quick X out, whatever. But one of the things that actually tunes me off to mobile games is for stats. Like, even if I gotta play $1 or something like that, I don't pay $1 to watch ads and play a game. I play a game. So if now I have seen instances on some mobile games where it's an option, in the settings, like, hey, want to watch an ad? We'll give you this many gems. Oh, you mean I have to click something to watch an ad, but I get something? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's limited at like 5 ads or something like that. I would be down for that personally.
Yeah, that's the path I'd go down. I'd hate it for like an ad just to pop up in the middle, like right before you start a battle or a squad arena battle, and you're like, no, I want to Go do this. Excuse
Hi,
me.
I chose two options. Here's a 30-second ad.
Yeah.
No, please, no.
I just want to do this battle. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
I'm
be
trying to
miserable.
figure out what gear I want to put on. Insert character here. Oh, you did 3 clicks. Oh, oops, ad. No, did you
That would.
use Yeah, bad, bad, bad.
They'd have to do it right, otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So yeah, go ahead.
I think you and I have very similar aspects on what we've been thinking about this game and whaling in general. From the sounds of it, like it's. I don't think it's negative too much because I mean it does help keep the game afloat in a way because like who knows, like it would become like Battlefront and then after a couple of years they would have pulled the plug. This has been 5 years running apparently. I looked it up. So for a
Yeah,
mobile
I mean,
game to last 5 years,
that's not bad at all.
no,
So yeah, it shows that what they're doing is right for the player base. There's a health. Whether it's healthy or not is remains to be seen, but it works, and
agreed.
and that's what keeps them around, and that's there's something to be said for that.
Do I wish that they would make it a little bit more free to play accessible, that it wasn't such a scam sometimes? Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
but like,
And also allow that to build extra controls or something like that for the more elite groups in the game, to allow people that are free to play to compete at that level. Because how many groups do you know that absolutely will not allow anybody who doesn't have all of these high level characters?
it's true. Like a long time ago, before our guild started picking up, I was like, you know what, this guild isn't going where. It was like before you even joined. I was like, this guild is not going anywhere. And I started looking, and they're like, you need Jedi Knight Revan, you need this much GP, you need this, you need to be participating every day with 600 tickets. And I'm like, I can't do that.
What?
I'm like, I'm, I barely have 30 minutes in a day.
Yep. And seeing like that level of competition, that like it makes sense why it's there, but like you can't just do that.
Yeah,
So oh. Well, cool. Well,
yeah,
yeah, I think that we're definitely aligned in what we're thinking about as far as whales are concerned, and it'll be interesting to see where they go. I know that just looking at jobs and whatnot, the Capital Games has been hiring people for direction on where to go. When it comes to gameplay, but then also on monetization. So it'll be interesting to see here in the next 4 to 8 months or so what they start trying out.
agreed. Definitely
Yeah.
agreed. Especially with galactic challenges and stuff. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see if it finally comes through and pays off.
Yep. For sure. Or what they'll add.
True. True. I'm hoping that it's not going to be some random chance that you might get a stun gun, but that it'll be a guaranteed you're going to get this. That's my hope for it.
What'd be really cool is being able to choose, like, have some insane requirements, but allow you to overbuff other characters into a galactic legend.
Ooh,
That would be interesting.
that'd be pretty cool.
Just because that opens up the ability for people who may not necessarily be that great, Rose Tico, and completely overpower them beyond their normal ability and allow them to shine. Be interesting.
It would. It would. Well, I think that'll just wrap it up for now.
Okay.
Thanks for joining. And,
Yeah.
well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. And this has been the Grand Admiral with Jesfre and End Transmission.